postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
A first carry now. This is Williams.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Got it complete to Rodgers. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Dolphins at 7-5 now in the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Big run on the opening drive, and they better watch out for this guy or it's going to be a long game.
Back when I played in our scouting reports getting ready for games, we put stars next to the guys that we thought were the key players on the other side. There should have been 3 or 4 stars next to that guy's name.
Come 19! Come 19! Go!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
This one swung out to Williams.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you start on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bennett. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
Well, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got the 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. And he's got room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Freeman. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, they certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the 1st quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football.
So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No yards.
Okay.
7-7, our score after 1. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They give it to Williams, running right. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McDonald, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. On now the Miami field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, when we do games together, we don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play, they get off on the snap. They timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Flush to his right. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Second and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
79 Bronco.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McDonald. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Back to throw again. 20. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Flushed out right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jalen Warren
from 19 yards away.
And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Dolphins 7. Will Reichard the kickoff for the Vikings.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Off to the races.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number one. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw.
That is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one is right through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Finding Williams on the check down.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll throw now on the final play. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try the left side. Bennett. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Powering his way forward. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here we go, set. 18,
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Dolphins 7. Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. He's on his way.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side. Bennett. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They'll run here with Moss.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 26th touchdown.